love it. It's a high-powered game. A lot of talent on the floor, a lot of bucket getters. So it'll be fun. Probably one of those teams that you never know, but could possibly see in the playoffs. So a team that I watch a lot of.
When you watch them here, since James was going to fold, what have you seen with the group?
They're figuring it out. They're building that chemistry. It's a little shaky at first, what you expect out of all new teams, but I think they stagger their lineups well now and play to everybody's strength.
Obviously, you and Paul have had battles on the court, and you've responded to stuff he said on, with the play thing early in the shoot. What's the relationship like with you and Paul? Is it a good, bad, or what?
It's just competitive, man. So that's what it is, fun and competitive.
I find it interesting that when you two have played, go back to 2021, where you defended Payne and you jumped in. Is that part of what you're talking about, just the competitive part of it?
Yeah, that's where it started, and just never been resolved. So.
Will it ever be resolved?
I honestly don't care. It's just hoops, man. It's competitive. It's nothing that lives off the floor, so it's fine.
I find it, with Bol, and we had talked about him after the last game. Bol Bol said he felt like he worked his way into getting an opportunity. Did you see the same way with the way that he's practiced or the way he's going about business?
Yeah, just every opportunity he gets, he takes advantage of. He's willing to learn also, which is an important part of it. He wants to learn and he wants to be on the floor, so that's the recipe for success for anybody.
We're sort of in a positionless age of basketball right now, but what have you noticed the most playing with Brad, playing with a fellow two-guard, if you want to call it that, as opposed to playing with a point guard?
It's just constant movement, man. I think it's harder to pinpoint down as a defense when you don't know where the point of attack is coming from, and it's not random action, it's just basketball actions, and the ball's hopping around, and when we're moving it like that, it's hard for people's feet to catch up to the ball.
With that movement in mind, Brad's off the ball game is super underrated. What do you think he's best at with that part of basketball?
I mean, he's played every position also in this game. He's had point guard responsibilities, and he's had off the ball responsibilities back in his early days when he was playing with John. So, he's just a player. I always say that when we talk about Kev, we're talking about me, like guys that can do everything out there.
With Chemezi, speaking of taking advantage of the opportunity, how have you seen him settle in over these couple of weeks now that the playing time is consistent?
Yeah, I think he realizes where his spots are and what his role is and how he has to defend. In the first couple games, I think he didn't know that yet, and now he knows what to expect going into each game.
With you guys in the big group, and not only Chemezi, Bol as well, do you remember playing on a team this athletic before? You have to maybe go back to Kentucky?
Yeah, it's an athletic team. Probably back to Kentucky.
What does it bring to, it's an obvious question, but what does it bring to a team to have that level of athleticism across the floor?
A lot of versatility on both sides of the ball. The ability to switch a lot of actions and just guard up. Use your length and just shrink the floor and protect our paint a lot better.
Obviously, you want to play as many games with the three of you as possible. With Kev being out with the hamstring. I don't want to ask how you've adjusted because you've already adjusted. But what I will ask is, can it be a blessing in disguise? Having other guys try to find their space?
Yeah, I mean, and he'll never say it, but I think he needs a couple games too. He has had a lot on his plate this season with me and Brad being out, and it's our job to take a lot of pressure off him, and him playing in the high 30 minutes every night isn't what we need at this point in the season from him.
Rachel, we talked about how the difference is when he's out there, maybe the double comes from him being in the near post area, and that you guys had to work different stuff, maybe more screen roll to get the double to be able to move the ball. Is that something that how comfortable are you guys with doing it a different way as opposed to maybe initiating with Kevin?
I mean, it's an adjustment. everything's an adjustment when you're missing players. So we'll find a way. We do. I trust the guys in here. I trust the talent and the IQ of, the guys to be able to pick things up quick and, just to adjust to the circumstance that we have.
To go off that, how would you assess how good you guys have been at the one pass away stuff? Just making sure that if someone's going to help, there's an elite shooter.
Yeah. And now, getting the swing on the backside and, making sure that ball is finding our hot shooters. We have a lot of them, E.G., Grayson, obviously Brad and Kev. If there's 3 of them out on the floor, the ball should find one of them on that rotation. For sure.
Very excited to play my second game and just go out there and do the same thing, bring energy, and get a win.
You talked before about, even before the season started, about the crowd and the crowd where you've been. What's been your reaction to what you've gotten here?
It's nothing but love, especially the other day I noticed when I got the dunk, it got really, really loud. Same when I hit the 3. And it's just all love, and same from on my side also.
Trying to find your space or fit, with such a unique skill set, what do you feel like you're seeing now that will enable you to fit better?
Just being able to play all positions, and that would just help me being on the floor, no matter who I'm on the floor with. So I think that's a big thing that helps me a lot.
You talked before the season about the relationship with Kevin and hoping to learn from him. How much has he helped you?
He's helped me a lot. Even when he doesn't know it, just me watching him, and there's been times we play one-on-one, but it's just been pretty cool, especially that's my favorite player growing up, and it's been pretty cool so far.
What have you seen when you watched him?
Just little things, and there's little things he'll tell me when we play one-on-one, take my time, and if I'm with a literal guy, to just take my time. It's just little certain details that I wouldn't know if it wasn't for him.
The coach was saying about discipline. He wants you to play with more discipline on the floor. Is that something that you try to hone in on even more now, or what?
Yeah, 100%. Just being smarter, especially on the offensive side, and knowing when to attack and when not to, and know when to dribble back up, and just know when's the right moment to do certain things.
Coach said the other night that one of the things he's focusing on was the fouls, and he admitted that 3 of those fouls the other night weren't very good calls. Is that one of the main things you're focusing on defensively is the fouls?
Especially today, that would definitely be big because the sweep throughs and whatnot, and those 3 players definitely get a lot of free throws. But yeah, I think I could be a lot better there, but there were some questionable fouls for sure.
What are some of the main fundamentals you're focusing on defensively outside of that?
Just staying down on shots and being the second jumper because I'm pretty tall, and that was most of my fouls was just from jumping before the guy shoots the ball.
Book said he's never really played on a team this athletic before, and one of the things you guys can do with that is switch a lot. Is that where you're comfortable defensively, switching and guarding different positions?
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier if you can do that instead of being in coverages. Instead of just switching everything, it's a lot easier on the defense, and I think that's pretty good for us.
How do you try and keep yourself in the right place defensively to kind of be a shot blocker, because you're a prolific shot blocker when the opportunities are there?
Just really keeping my head on a swivel, especially on the help side, because I'm a lot longer, so I could help in a lot more, and I'm aware of that. So I think that just helps me be aware where the ball is.
Speaking to that awareness, how much has the experience the last couple of years helped with you processing what's going on the floor, reading those spots when you go?
I've really only got to play 1 full year, but playing last year has definitely helped me, and I'm starting to get it now, so I'll definitely be all right with it. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.